Hello, welcome back. For today's video I'm going to be testing out some new Revolution makeup. I haven't done one of these for a while, have I? Well, not like just Revolution. I've put them in Drugstore makeup videos and stuff, but they've had quite a few new releases lately. So I've got their cushion foundation, I have this really cute little eyeshadow palette, I've got a highlighter, I have this new Bouncy pudding blush, I don't know which way it goes actually, that way, blush and lip products. It's a bit like the Fooey pudding pots, love those. And they've also released this Wrap Lash mascara. The original Wrap Lash has been out ages, like absolutely ages. I reviewed that probably about a year ago now, but they've released this one which is like an intense black. Oh, and they also sent me the new Lip Shift lip stains as well, so I thought we'd give them all a swatch and try one on as well. So I'm going to start off by doing eyes, and we're going in with this palette here. So this is the Bouncy Pop palette. This one is in the shade Dream, so it says on the back just there. I can't remember how many variations there were. I think there were either 3 or 4 maybe. There might have been more, I can't remember now. This is what the shades are like. It's this one here that really drew me to this palette in particular, because that shade is absolutely gorgeous. But they're really nice, aren't they? It's only a quad. We've got 2 mattes and 2 shimmers. I'll give them a quick swatch for you. Oh, look at that one. They are really pretty. Oh, that one's nice as well. Look at that colour shift. Haven't used oh, this one's really velvety actually. Oh, that is nice. And this one's the same texture. So that one. Oh, look at that. I love that. I think that's gorgeous. Oh, that one's nice. Yeah, they're really pretty actually. Didn't they swatch nice? Especially the mattes. Well, and the shimmers, but you know, mattes can be a bit, but they swatched really nice. So I think I'm going to start off with this pretty pink shade just here. And I think I'm just going to put that through my crease somehow. I do really like the texture of these. Can you see that? It's almost like a bit creamy. It's like a bit of a cream eyeshadow, like a pressed cream. I'm going to work this through the socket just here. And then, I don't know, I might take it onto the outer and just use the deeper purple just on the very outer corner rather than half the lid. It's not, I don't know if it's because it's like this creamy texture. It's not very easy to blend. Let's try it with a bit more product. I mean, it is a pale pink anyway. I wanted to show up a bit more than that. That's a bit better. Doesn't look great on camera though. It actually looks better in person than it does on camera. Like you can see the pigment a bit more in person. Okay, and then we'll take it onto half of the lid as well. I feel like I have to swipe and pat more than like, you know, blend in like circular motions because of the texture of it. It's such a pretty colour. Why is that not showing? Maybe when I edit I'll think, oh, actually it is all right. But to me, when I look in the viewfinder, it's it doesn't look that good on camera, but we'll see. Okay, so then I'm going to take a bit of, I think I'm going to go for this one, you know, because I love that colour. I really like the shift of it. It was beautiful when I swatched it. And I'm going to put that on the front half. It's not great with a brush, but you know, that's not unheard of. It's better with a finger. It's quite a subtle one, this one, which, you know, when I swatched it, it was more subtle than the other one, wasn't it? But it is very pretty. It's a really pretty shade. But definitely, you know, you need to use your finger rather than a brush, I feel. And then I'm just going to take a little bit of the dark purple just on a small brush like this. And it picks up really nice on the brush, actually. Look at that. Focus. Can't really see, can you, because it's a dark brush. But I'm going to use this just right on the outer part, just here. Oh, see, that's nice. That's actually blending really nice. Maybe it was the shade, because it's such a pale shade. That's pretty. Let's go back to this brush to blend it in a bit. See, that's really nice. I love that colour actually. Yeah, see, it just adds that little bit. Obviously, I've blended it out quite a lot. I didn't want it too intense. But as you saw, you know, when I first put it on, it definitely looks a lot more pigmented and more intense, you know, if you pack it on to begin with. See? But obviously you can blend it out as well. So let's just finish that off with a bit of mascara. So as I say, I've got this one here. It's the Lash Mega Extension and Volume Tubing Mascara. And this one is in Black Noir. Yeah, they had like it was a pink tube, like a pink iridescent type tube or chromey tube. And that was just, you know, standard black, but I think this one's like an intense black. So that's what the wand is like. I really like these like conical type ones with the spiky bits on rather than a bushy fibre wand. I do prefer a plastic one these days, and they're quite flexible. So I haven't curled my lashes because they've gone like really curly. I had blepharitis, which is why I haven't filmed any makeup videos for the past week. And yeah, so I think it's because I kept rubbing my eyes. They've gone like really curly. It's really odd, but stayed like it. I mean, it's not terrible, but I just don't want them to grow weird, which they probably will. This is actually a really nice mascara. Tubing mascaras can be a bit hit and miss, I feel, because sometimes you just feel like they don't do anything for your lashes. But obviously they're really easy to remove, which is great. But this one, I have to say the last one as well was really quite good for the same kind of reason. You know, it was quite effective in how it looked. Obviously you had the ease of removing it at the end of the day as well. So that's one coat. It is quite intense, isn't it? You know, for one coat. I do feel like it's gone a bit clumpy on the end here though, when my lashes are a little bit longer on the end. Those ones have, can you see there? It's gone a little bit clumpy. But, you know, it's not terrible. I've had a lot worse, believe me. It might just be because it's a new mascara. Sometimes when you use them for the first time, they're not as good, like, as they are after a week or something. I mean, it's all right. This one's actually gone quite bad. You know, with this lash thing I've got going on, it's like on this eye, it's really weird. They're almost so curled back. It looks like someone's just got a pair of scissors and chopped them off, which is really annoying because I got them to a really nice length. I think they're still there. It's just that, like, they've literally, like I've had a mega eyelash perm, they've curled right back on themselves. It's so weird. But yeah, this eye, actually, with the shorter lashes or the more curled ones, has actually gone clumpier than this eye. So maybe it's just a bit clumpy in general. There's two coats. I'm not the biggest fan, to be honest with you. I don't like how clumpy they've gone. I mean, it's really hard to show you, but that's up close. Can you see how clumpy they've gone? Like, especially on the end here, it looks like I've got gaps, but I haven't. It's just because they've all like squished together, which is really strange. And then this eye, a little bit on the end there, haven't I? There we go. This eye, these ones here have clumped together a bit, but it doesn't look quite as bad as this eye. Yeah, not the biggest fan. I will put a bit on my bottom lashes, but I'll do the rest of my base first. It's really weird because I'm sure I like the first one. Maybe they've reformulated it, I don't know. So for foundation, I have this one here. So I do love a cushion foundation. I like, you know, the Korean cushion ones. So this is what they call Korean inspired, although I don't think it's actually made in Korea. I think it's, you know, just made at their usual lab. But anyway, so super dewy cushion foundation. I got the shade Light Cool. And then we have a little sponge in there, which actually feels quite nice. So this is the actual cushion itself. Obviously we've got the R in there, and I'm just gonna excuse my fingers. I've been really badly chewing them, but I don't realise I'm doing it when I do it. Oh my gosh, that looks a bit dark, doesn't it? Oh, this might be a bit dark for me. We'll see. I'm sure we can work it out somehow. Hopefully. It does feel like quite a nice formula though. Right, I am going to start off with the little puff thing that you get with it. Take a couple of presses and then using this bit just to even the product out. Wow, this is going to be too dark. It's quite neutral looking for a cool as well. It's not actually that bad when it's on. Just goes to show, doesn't it? Let's see. I'll just do this side first. Do you know what? I actually feel this shade for me, for like a summer shade, is going to be spot on, you know. It just, I think it's because lately I've been trying to match my neck, and obviously my neck, as you can see, is quite a bit paler than my face because I have quite a lot of redness in my face. So I try to go by that, but I feel like really I should be going a little bit darker because it's more flattering for me than, you know, the pale body skin that I have. If that makes any sense. I actually think that's really nice, you know. It's very natural. It's a lot more natural than I thought it was going to be. I love the finish of it. It's nice and glowy. So that's just one layer. I'm going to put another one on. I actually think that's really nice, you know. So there's the side that I've done. I do feel like it's covered things nicely. I love the glowy finish of it. I think that's absolutely beautiful, especially for the summer. And then if I turn this way, this is before. So this is what I mean. You know, I get rosacea, so I've mentioned it loads of times. So that's what all this kind of like, especially around here, this blotchy red and like around my nose here. So yeah, I mean, it's nowhere near as bad as it was before, but there is still a bit. Then I have this little patch on both sides here of hyperpigmentation, which looks like contour. It's really odd. And then I have this hyperpigmentation on my neck down here as well. But I mean, side by side, it's nice. It is really nice. Very easy to apply, very easy to blend as well. If you don't like to use the puff, I'll show you actually on the other side. If you don't like to use the puff, then you can just use a sponge or a brush, whatever you want to do. I know some people, you know, they avoid them because they don't like the puff, but you can still, you know, get the benefit of the product itself. Just use another tool. So yeah, I would personally say to use quite a dense brush if you are going to use it this way. And then just press into the skin. Okay, because I went on the other side with 2 layers, we'll match it up on this side. I just feel like I've needed it lately. I think it's because in this time of the year, the sun and everything, although it's a bit naff today, or this week in general, but this time of the year, the sun tends to bring out my redness more than usual. One of them things. And I stopped tretinoin for about 3 months as well, and I've really noticed the difference. I really noticed it, so I've just gone back on it because it's my pores more than anything. I mean, I'm not bothered as such about my pores. We all have them. It's just when you get older, obviously they get more prominent. It's one of them things. But yeah, I just feel like I'm more conscious of them, if you know what I mean. See, I've gone back on it. So I'll just show you the difference before I do the rest of my face. With a brush, looks like that. And with the puff, it looks like that. Personally, I prefer this side. I just feel like it looks more even. But as I say, you know, do whatever you prefer. I do think you get more coverage with the puff as well. Okay, so it's all over now. So I've just gone on with a little bit of concealer on my under eyes as well. I went on with the this one from Rare Beauty. But I think it looks really nice. Actually looks a lot more natural than I thought it was going to, in a good way. And the colour match is actually really quite good, isn't it? I thought it was going to be too dark, but it's not at all. It's actually, and it is quite cool. It's weird, isn't it? Doesn't it look like in the actual like cushion? Look at that. You would never think that that is this shade, would you? That to me looks quite yellow, almost verging on yellow orange, and it looks really dark. But when it's on, it's, you know, fine. For the blush, I'm going to be using this one here. I'm going to use the other products for my lips. So this is the Bouncy Pudding Cheek and Lip Tint. And oh, how cute is that? I love that. Yeah, and I believe this is supposed to be a bit like the Fui pudding pots. I love those. Absolutely love them. I've got so many of them. So this is what it looks like, and this is in the shade Peach Veil. So I'm guessing, yeah, see that? It's like squidgy. So I use that to do a little swatch. Looks like that. It's a little bit more red than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a bit more orangey. So yeah, like peachy. Because I love them kind of shades this time of year. But that's fine. We'll go with it. So yeah, I sort of showed you before, it comes with one of these if you obviously want to use it on your lips. So I'm going to take this little brush here. Wow, it looks quite pigmented actually. I might tap a bit of that off on my hand. Yeah, definitely pigmented. And I've been enjoying doing my blush before my bronzer lately because I find it a lot easier to blend them together. I think I said on a recent video about it that I watched someone do that on TikTok. I can't remember who it was. I don't think it was anyone I followed. It just popped up. And I thought it looked really nice when she did it. And I thought, oh, I need to try that. And I tried it. And my word, did it make a difference? So I've been doing it ever since. That's really nice. It's nice and blurring, like it says. Just want to build up a little bit more pigment at the top, just here. This is what I like to do with these cream products. Is do that and then get my sponge just to fade it out a bit. Oh, that's nice. I like that. I like that a lot actually. I think that's really nice. I do actually think that's really nice, you know. Ignore this side, I need to sort that out in a minute. But yeah, I think that's really pretty. It's definitely got that blurring effect, which I really like. So yeah, I'm going to go on with my bronzer. Yeah, but I didn't have, they didn't have a new bronzer, so I'm just going to go on with my usual one. So that'll be the Delilah one. Okay, so that's that done. Also did a little bit of powder and I went on with this one, the NYX Wonder Snatch powder. Right, so for highlighter, I have this one here. So this is the Bouncy Glow Putty Highlighter in the shade Dawn. This one is the more champagne one. How cute. Look, it's got a little face on it. I love that. It's one of these like marbly type ones. And I believe, yeah, it's like a squishy one. I love the feel of these. They feel so nice. So again, a little bit of a creamy sort of one. Oh, that's pretty, isn't it? So we'll just swirl into there. See how it goes with a brush. Sometimes I find these better to use your fingers. Not really an awful lot coming off. Maybe if I go in a bit heavier with the brush. And try again. As I said before, sometimes... Oh, that's better. Sometimes with these products, they are better, you know, to use your finger. Like I do with the stick ones. That's quite nice. Again, quite natural. That's what I'm finding, a lot of this makeup is quite natural. So let's just take a little bit on my finger and just go in the centre of that. Wow, see, that's 100 times better. That's really pretty now. Yeah. Again, it's there. I mean, you can obviously see it when I turn my head like that. But it's not too much. It's, yeah. Just looks like you got kind of like glowy skin. Although I will say, can you see here where I've got my crow's feet? It does look a little bit textured. So yeah, just be wary. If you've got like heavy set wrinkles or anything, it might show them up a bit more. I do feel like that's pretty though. I do like it. I love the colour. The colour's really nice. It's like a perfect champagne because we've got that mix of, like, as I say, it's quite marbly. So we've got that mix of pink and gold and it gives a perfect champagne shade. Okay, so as I say, for lips, I've got these Lip Shift peel off lip stains here. So these are new shades. They've obviously had the original ones out for a while, but these ones are all like new spring summer shades. So because we've got them all, I'm gonna swatch them all for you and then I'll just pick one to put on my lips. So that's what the colours are like when they're wet. So they go on a different colour to when you peel them off, if you know what I mean. I'm not sure what happened there. I'm really not. I struggled to peel them off my arm. So I used a cotton pad and water to wipe it off, and I left it, I've used these loads of times, I left it for like 10 minutes and it's completely gone. So I can't show you the colour swatches afterwards, which is really annoying. So what I'll do is I'll do a short, like I've done with the last ones. I'll do a short and I'll show, you know, each colour on. But yeah, as I say, I'll show you one today anyway. I still don't know what colour they look like, so I think I'll go for this one, which is Supernova Mauve. How weird. Maybe I did something wrong, I don't know. But as I say, I've used the Wonder Skin ones. I've used the first ones of these that they had. Never had an issue. I've used other brands as well. I love the colour that this one goes on though. It's so cool. It goes on like a iridescent, well not iridescent, like a chrome purple. I have to be really careful when putting these on. I do like the doe fit being like that. It's very easy to apply the product. How cool is that? God, that makes your teeth look white. Yeah, so I'm just going to let that, you'd have to put it on quite thick as well, and I can't really talk while it's drying, so I'm just going to give that about 10 minutes. Okay, so it's been about just under 10 minutes. I'm just going to do that just to loosen it. That's on my teeth. That's nice. And then I'm just going to get my tweezers, and then it's actually a nice colour. It's not quite as intense as I expected. It tickles when I do the top lip. So that's how it looks. So it doesn't look patchy at all, actually. But yeah, it's just a bit more of a muted mauve colour than my natural lip colour is, but I actually really like it. I think it's really nice. Yeah, I just don't find them to be as intense as the last ones they brought out. I know they only brought out the 2 colours, didn't they, before, but yeah, I just felt like they were a bit more intense. But I do love this colour, don't get me wrong. It's a great everyday colour. I'm just going to finish it off. I've got this Pout lip oil. Hydrating lip oil from Revolution. This one's in watermelon pink. It smells like watermelon. Love it. Obsessed with watermelons at the moment. I can't get enough of them. Yeah, it's just like it's pretty much clear when you put it on. However, it smells absolutely amazing. See, with a bit of gloss on top, it definitely intensifies the colour. So here is the finished look. Overall, I actually really do quite like this. I have a few pros and cons though. So the base, I actually think looks really nice. This cushion foundation is stunning. It looks really nice on the skin, and I love the fact that you can have it looking really natural, or it's buildable at the same time. But even when it is buildable, it still does look quite natural. It's got a beautiful dewy finish to it, which I think is perfect for this time of the year. The eyeshadow palette, I do like it. I do like the eye look. However, I will say, because it's got this creamy consistency to it, it's gone quite creasy, like on my eyelid creases. So yeah, almost like, you know, when you put a cream, what are they called, like the eyeshadow sticks, and they don't dry down properly. Almost feels a little bit like that. Feels like it needs setting down, if you know what I mean, which, you know, you shouldn't have to do. So yeah, with regards to that, I do feel like it, I don't know, it needs tweaking somehow. But I like the colours. I do feel like you can see the perla pink now, but I do love this purple here, and the shimmer's beautiful as well. Yeah, I don't know what happened with the lip stains. I'm not sure at all, but I will show you in a short them actually on my lips, you know, the contrast in the different colours. But I do really like how this colour looks, and with the gloss over the top, it just finishes off really nicely. This highlighter is stunning, really nice. I am actually going to reach for that quite a lot, you know, because with where I did it with the brush and then I did the centre with my finger, I actually think it looks really nice. And as I say, it's not too much either, which I'm not a fan of. I don't like an intense highlighter. So for me, this one is perfect. And the pudding blush as well, I think looks really nice. Again, it is quite natural, but as you saw, it is quite pigmented. So if you wanted it to be really intense, then you can do that as well. But you can also mute it down to quite a natural tone, which I quite like. So yeah, overall pretty positive. It's just the eyeshadow palette needs, I feel like it needs a little bit of tweaking. As always, I will link all the products shown in today's video in the description box below for you, along with the discount code as well. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed watching, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up, and I'd really appreciate it. It means the absolute world to me if you did enjoy watching this video and you would like to see more content from me in the future, and you would like to subscribe to my channel. Until then, thanks for watching. Bye!